Alright, now that we have finally decided that Pink Yoshi's murder was indeed a trap set into motion by the killer, let's start discussing about what we know about this case so far.
Good idea. Then maybe after that, we can start narrowing down suspects.
First off, we've now figured out that the culprit had to at least take some of these preparations for the crime at night, due to the lack of noise during the morning.
Wait, what do you mean some of the preparations at night? I thought you said all of them took place at night.
No, he just said some of the preparations took place at night. Remember? The culprit took Pink Yoshi captive at around 5 a.m. That's in the morning.
But then wouldn't that just go against our whole theory?
Not exactly. I mean, after setting up the crime, all the culprit would need to do is just, set Pink Yoshi capture Pink Yoshi, and then set her into the trap and go back to their room.
You know what, now that we're on the topic of the trap, I must ask, what was the catalyst for the trap?
The catalyst?
Don't get me wrong, I'm all with the trap idea now, but what I want to know is where Pink Yoshi was placed for the trap to go off, and what caused it to go off.
I mean, she was hung, right? Doesn't that mean she had to be at least somewhere high up?
Yes, but another thing, she was obviously chloroformed, which means she was knocked out. You can't really strangle someone if they're knocked out, or, hang someone.
So, the trap must have involved waking her up and then getting hung? Then what would happen? What? Where would they even place her?
Where would the culprit place Pink Yoshi? Maybe there was a clue that can help us figure that out.
Yes, Pink Yoshi was set in a trap to be hung, but she would need to be placed somewhere in order for that trap to set off. So where was she placed?
Culprit does bring up a good point. Where was she placed then?
Maybe she was placed on the countertop?
No, the rope sign wasn't long enough.
And it definitely wasn't plain enough.
Well, I don't know specifically where Pink Yoshi was placed, but maybe it has something to do with the dust on her back? I agree with that. I agree with that, Mega Man. I think the dust on her back could lead to where she was placed.
The dust?
During my autopsy, I noticed a few things about Pink Yoshi. 1, the tape. 2, the amount of times the rope was tied around her neck. 3, the chloroform in her. And 4, I thought this would be the least likely important thing, but I think it might be. There was a bunch of dust on her back. Dust? What does that have to do with the needing to kill her? Finding out where she was chucked.
Well, if this helps, mainly a lot of high places where people don't usually reach contract a lot of dust. So, could that help?
Where could Pink Yoshi have been stashed? And the trap could have been activated.
Ow! Ow! Ugh. Hello, Mario!
Huh? Marikuma, what is this?
Welcome to another minigame. It's called Search the Scene.
Why do I hear bells?
Ignore that. Anyway, so, your job is to search the crime scene and find where Pink Yoshi could have been placed. You have 3 chances to guess.
Okay. It would have to be somewhere high, so let me just jump up here. Oh, alright. So now...
Ignore that, Mario!
Okay, fine. Maybe right here? Wrong. 2 more chances. Oh, it had to be somewhere high. Maybe... wait, up there, maybe? Wrong. Darn it. Wait. It was up here!
Correct! Pink Yoshi was stashed right there!
I got it! Oh, I got it, everyone. She was placed on top of the refrigerator.
She was on top of the fridge?
I think I can answer back up this thing. Mario, didn't you say there was a big patch of dust missing from the fridge?
Precisely. Looking back on it, that's where Pink Yoshi could have been placed.
Okay, but then answer this.
What woke her up?
What do you mean?
Are you really the little idiot? If she just woke up normally from the chloroform, then obviously she would just wake up normally and be able to untie the rope. She could have just jumped down from the outside. Something had to have shot her in some way. Something had to have suppressed her girlfriend. What was it?
Allow me to rewrite your logic.
Whoa, huh? Where am I now?
You're on the right track, Mario. Think about it. What else did you find on top of the fridge that could have easily been used to alarm Pink Yoshi?
What could it have been?
Just follow my logic. Think about the morning announcement. It was pretty loud, and it went off around Pink Yoshi's time of death. Remember how loud it was? What could have caused it? And if you think about what caused it and where that thing was placed, then it should be obvious what woke Pink Yoshi up and how.
I agree with that. Thank you, Monica. You made me realize something. The speaker. That's why. That's what made Pink Yoshi jump, probably, and got scared and made her hang herself.
Happy to help. Speaker.
Koopa and everyone else that was on the couch. Didn't you notice how the morning announcement was louder than usual? Now that you mention it, I wanted to forget about that. My ears still hurted.
Dude, where the hell are your ears?
Despite Deity's lack of ears, my hearing receptors were seriously damaged. Well, it was because of the speaker I found on the top of the fridge.
Oh, I see. First, showing Pink Yoshi was stuck up there, along with the speaker. Then when the morning announcement played off, the speaker would play right in Pink Yoshi's ears, shocking her and making her hang herself.
But then, wouldn't that mean that she committed suicide if she hung herself?
You know what? Just so that way this trial can move along. No, she did not commit suicide, okay? Well, that's just clearing that up. So, I think this is how the crime played out. First, the culprit did most of the preparation that night. AKA using the cup tower and tying the rope around the fan, putting the speaker, getting all the necessary supplies, and then they went back to the room until Pink Yoshi came out at 5. Then, they chloroformed Pink Yoshi, tied the rope around Pink Yoshi, and chucked her up onto the fridge, and then ran away. This is the chase of the crime scene.
Great. This solves absolutely nothing.
Hey, what do you mean? You figured out how the killer did it!
Exactly. We figured out how the killer did it. But do we even know who the killer is?
Wait a minute, he's right!
We haven't even been narrowing down suspects yet.
Exactly. You guys have been just too caught up on how the killer did it. You just been ignoring the who.
So, what do we do then? We haven't come any closer to finding who the killer is. And like we all said, all of our alibis can be proven. So, that means...
We're at a dead end.
Oh, hell no! I ain't dying in this shithole! We gotta figure out something! But there isn't. My alibis for everyone can be proven.
Wait a minute.
Huh? What is it, Blue Toad?
No, forget it. Just forget what it said.
If it involves something with the case, Blue Toad, please say something. Blue Toad, I think you should think before you speak. This could derail our conversation even more.
Well, I was just thinking, what if there was an accomplice? An accomplice?
An accomplice?
No, we're not doing that.
Darn it!
You know what? That makes sense.
Hold on, I've read the rules top to bottom. It says that accomplices wouldn't graduate with the rest of us. Why would Blue Toad think that there's an accomplice? I mean, it would make it so most of our theories would be wrong, but why is that?
Could there really be an accomplice in this case?
I mean, it would solve a lot of our problems. I mean, wouldn't that mean Koopa would be lying?
No, I'm not lying, I swear!
Koopa's not lying. And what makes you think that there is an accomplice?
Well...
Exactly. There's no proof implying that there might be an accomplice.
No, that's wrong! No, Monica, there is a reason why Blue Toad would think that. The motive.
The motive?
Oh, right, I basically forgot about that. What was the motive again?
The motive was, if a killing happened within 24 hours, which the killer didn't manage to do, then that would mean that the culprit would be able to bring 2 other people with them if they passed the class trial instead of being executed.
Oh my God! How did a little cock horse like yourself remember that, and a big brain person like myself didn't even remember?
It's because you think more of chips than anything else.
I mean, you technically forgot about it too.
I didn't forget about the motive. I just don't think there's an accomplice.
Well, let's go off of the fact that there might be an accomplice for now. All we have to do is think about who would put into the motive, in which I think someone here might know. I don't think you guys will notice this, but someone here is keeping a close eye on us, writing down their findings. Someone's been writing down a report on us? Could that be... It's him! You're talking about Fan. Fan, you've been writing a report on all of us, right?
Yes, I have, but you don't think I'm the culprit, right?
No. I'm just asking for those findings.
But I was gonna put them on my blog, and...
It's either that or we die. Hand me them.
Oh, geez, fine, there you go!
Alright. I think we can list our people down to a few.
When did the NEET take charge of this? Who are those people?
The first group of people are Mega Man, Plush, and Fontaine Freddy.
What? What else? I didn't even remember the motive!
And that could have just been an act. And think about this. You and Mega Man were pretty close with Pig Yoshi. What if she volunteered herself to get killed so you two would escape at Fontaine Freddy? And as far as I remember, you and Fontaine Freddy Pig Pack were pretty close on the first day. And I'm pretty sure you knew each other before this killing game.
Well, yes, that is true, but...
Yes, it is true. We do know each other from outside the killing game, but
we would never kill Pink Yoshi.
Shut up. Next two people. Hoopa and Dry Bones.
what? What the hell did you just say to me, you little prick?
Explain?
You two become pretty close. I mean, heck, you were staying in each other's room last night. That could have been a cover-up. I mean, no one else can support the story. And for the motive, you guys could just chose someone at random to come with you.
That is the dumbest logic I've ever heard.
Yeah, seriously, we're not the killer, nor accomplices.
And finally, I think this one's the most brainer. One of the Mario Bros.
What? Huh?
What? I mean, three are basically brothers who would have a rising desire to escape from the three of...
Alright, I'm done with this. I'm taking control of this argument.
Huh? Monica? Monica, what are you doing?
I'm taking control of this. I think I figured out how the crime took place and who might have done it.
Wait, what?
I was trying to concentrate. This stupid shit and meat just had to annoy the hell out of me.
Well, then think. Who could the killer be?
Well, before I say that, I must ask. I think there was another purpose to that loud morning announcement.
Another purpose to it? What could that be?
I think there was another purpose to that loud morning announcement. Do you guys know what that might be?
I don't know. Maybe to just annoy everyone?
Maybe it was to distract everyone from hanging Pink Yoshi's body.
Maybe it was the lunch alarm or something?
Or maybe it was to create a fake alibi.
I agree with that. Monica, was it to create a fake alibi for the killer?
A fake alibi? Correct. That's at least what I think. I mean, think about it. The killer would need at least an alibi, which everyone does. And since the killer is in the courtroom and not Pink Yoshi, since we already established that she couldn't commit suicide, that means that the culprit had to fake their alibi in a way. Which means they would need multiple witnesses. Which means, Mario, where could the culprit have been located when that morning announcement went off?
You're not just suggesting what I think you're suggesting, right?
I think you are. I am. I'm suggesting the culprit was one of the few people that were on the couch this morning.
What?
Mario, who would the people on the couch include?
The people on the couch included... It can only be them. The people on the couch this morning were me, Mega Man, King Dedede, Luigi, Koopa, Monica, and Antonio, and Fan. Those were the people on the couch.
Great. So that means everyone who wasn't in the couch, you're in the clear.
So what you're saying is, these people are not the killers. So Froakie, Funtime Freddy, Koopa, Dry Bones, Pickpatch, Zelda, and Blue Toad. They ain't the killers.
Precisely. Alright, what's your next thing of logic? My next thing of logic, the body discovery announcement.
What?
I'm sure you all heard the body discovery announcement. It's only made when 3 more innocent people discover the body. And we were lucky too. 3 people saw the body individually, and it didn't go off until the third innocent person saw it. Okay, by any chance, who were the 3 to discover the body?
The 3 to discover the body were... It was them! The 3 people were me, Mega Man, and Monica.
So you 3 can't be the killers. Which means our suspects are listed down to
Antonio, Fan, Koopa, Dedede, and Luigi.
However, we already listed off one of them as a suspect earlier in the case. Mario, you remember which one, right?
The person we listed off as a suspect was...
It was him!
You're referring to Dedede, am I right?
Correct. We already established that Dedede would break the cup tower. So, he's not the culprit. So now, who else can we list off as a suspect? Think about it. The person who needs to at least be decently strong to throw Pink Yoshi's body up onto the fridge. So, who can we reel off because of that fact?
The person we can rule off because of that fact is...
It can be him! You're talking about Fan.
Yep. Ben, though you are pretty stupid and a bit smart, you don't have the physical strength to lift the whole body up onto the fridge, right? Let alone throw it.
Of course not! My arms are ripped off!
That leaves our culprits down to 3. And I think we can eliminate Koopa, since he was the one to confirm everyone's alibis. But, ultimately, that leaves us with 2 suspects. Mario, you know who they are, right?
They're... Oh no. So you're saying... one of them is the killer?
So, my initial assumption was right.
On who the suspects were, yes. But you did get it wrong. I don't think they're accomplices in any way. Enough of this. Who's the killer? Or at least the 2 prime suspects?
I hate to say this, but the 2 prime suspects are...
It can only be them!
They're my brothers. The ultimate paranormal investigator and the ultimate plumber. Luigi and Antonio.
What? Mario, you have to be insane or something, right? Thinking that one of us is the killer is...
Completely plausible. I mean, think about it. You guys have a rising desire to escape. But, not enough of that. We need to figure out which one of them could have committed the crime. I mean, that's going to both their alibis involve each other.
Maybe there was something else that we can figure out. That maybe could narrow down one of them. So you're insinuating that either Luigi or Antonio is the culprit, right?
No, I'm not! Neither is Antonio! Mario, what are you saying?
He's right. So stop accusing us. I mean, well, if you have a motive, it will play into the actual motive of the killing game. So what about the motive? We didn't do anything. And you have no proof that could identify either of us as a killer. No, that's wrong.
Actually, there is. The voice Drybones heard in the night.
Oh, voice?
Oh, yeah.
About that. I remember what they said now, Mario. If you want me to say it, I will.
Wait, what voice?
In the night, Drybones said that he had to go to the bathroom. And when he did, he heard someone, an annoyed voice of some sort.
An annoyed voice? Yeah, I didn't want to check who it was because, then again, we are still in a killing game. And I didn't want to confront anyone because I didn't want Hoover to be in danger.
Oh, you really do care about me.
Enough with the small details. Now, you said you remember the voice now? And what they said? I would like to hear it. Maybe then we can list off the 2 suspects. Well, okay.
And they said this, and I quote, Why am I doing this? What could this mean? Why am I doing this? No, I'm going to do this. I'm doing it for them. I'm doing it for their sake. They'll notice me. They'll both notice me.
Wow, well, I guess that makes the killer obvious. Wait, what did all that mean? Ah, jeez. I guess I'll explain to make things go a little faster. Basically, when the voice said they, I assume they mean that culprit meant the two people they were going to bring with them. And what they were contemplating was killing Pink Yoshi. And for their sake means that the killer really cares about the two people that they were going to bring out. So, Mario, with the tone of the voice and everything else, who do you think the killer is?
Mario, don't answer that.
Yeah, we're brothers. We would never do this. Mario, please.
I'm sorry, but I now know who the killer is. The killer is... It can only be you! Judging by the tone of the voice, everything else leading to the killer. It's you, Antonio, the ultimate plumber.
Stop it, no!
Oh, Luigi, what was that about?
Mario, stop it. Hold on. Remember, Antonio has an alibi and a witness to that alibi. Me. So please, just listen up. Antonio has an alibi, remember? It was me. Remember? We came out of the room at the same time. So there's no way about that.
Just because he came out at the same time with you doesn't mean anything, Luigi. Remember, we already established the killer went back to the room after they set up the preparations to kill Yoshi.
Yeah, but you have no proof that it's Antonio specifically, though. So stop accusing him. I'm just like this. Stop it.
There is actually something that incriminates Antonio a little bit more, and that's the alibi. Or rather, who he chose to be his alibi.
Huh?
I'll cut down your words.
I'm sorry, Luigi, but Antonio's alibi is suspicious, and it involves you.
Huh? What?
Luigi, I don't mean to be mean, but you're actually pretty gullible. You believe anything you hear.
Jeez, Mario, don't be so rude.
But then again, the killer, aka Antonio, probably didn't think an alibi of the alarm, or not the alarm, the announcement would be credible enough. So he needed a backup alibi, aka your testimony.
Oh, I see. That's why Antonio waited to come out when Luigi came out. So that way he would have the most trustworthy alibi in the world. His brother. Antonio, you couldn't, right?
Luigi, I thank you for defending me, but I don't need any defending anymore. I'll defend myself! I'll prove I'm not the killer! I'll prove it now! I'm the killer? I fabricated my alibis? Preposterous! I have two credible alibis! The announcement and Luigi!
But we already determined that the killer could have needed to fake their alibis in order to make himself look innocent.
Based on what evidence? The culprit would have to be out late at night, right? But you have no proof that I was out late at night! No, that's wrong! There is proof. Remember? During the morning announcement and during the investigation, you were yawning quite a bit.
Hold on a minute.
Oh, I remember now. He was yawning a bit during the investigation.
As if he was up all night, waiting for Luigi to come out of his room, waiting for Pink Yoshi to come out so he can murder her.
Stop it, Antonio. You're not the killer, right? Please.
You're accusing me. You're really starting to accuse me, Mario, of me being the killer just because of a series of coincidences. Pink Yoshi screwed up my sleep schedule. I already said that, so stop thinking I'm the killer. I'll prove to you I'm not the killer, so please, stop accusing me. I'm doing this for you! I'm the killer? Bullshit.
You have no proof I'm the killer. Just because I was tired, I told you, Pinkoshi already just screwed up my sleep schedule. That's why I was tired. Mario, I thought we were brothers. Why are you accusing me of being the culprit? Please, just ignore this. Look at someone else. Please, I'm not the killer. Hoopa and, Dry Bones are suspicious, so stop accusing me. Start accusing them. Stop it. I'm not the culprit. Stop it. Just stop it. I'm doing this for you. So please, stop. I'm not the culprit. Please, stop. There's still a ton of other facts we've ignored. So please, stop it. I'm not the culprit. Stop. 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 Even Luigi agrees with me. This is too scarce. Too farce. Stop. Stop. I'm not the culprit. Stop accusing only me. Where's the proof? Why would I do this? Why would I kill someone so kind as Pinkoshi? She was annoying, I do admit, but stop it! Stop it! You're accusing me because of the tone of the voice. Just because the tone of the voice was annoyed, and because I'm always annoyed all the time? Stop it! That's bullshit! 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 I want a reason. I want proof. I'm not the killer! Ah! If I'm the killer, why would I do all this? What would be my motive? It ends here, Antonio. No! It can't be! You want to hear your motive? I'll give you one. The one Monokuma gave to us. If you killed within 24 hours, 2 people will be allowed to escape with you. You were trying to save me and Luigi. And sacrifice everyone else here, Antonio. That was your reason.
Antonio, why?
Yeah, I thought we were friends. I'm not. I'm not the killer. Please, Mario, ignore this. Please. You just think about something else. We'll all be able to get out. Please, don't do it.
I've had enough of time here. Please, Mario, sum up this case. End it now.
I'm sorry, Antonio, but I have to do this. Don't! This is the truth of the case. This crime began about a day or two ago, when Monokuma first announced the motive. This motive grabbed the attention of our culprit in this case, who had 2 people who they wanted to bring out, me and Luigi. The culprit then left their room in the night to make preparations for their crime in the morning. They chosen their victim, Pink Yoshi. However, this is when someone caught the culprit mumbling, because they were in the bathroom, that person being Dry Bones. Dry Bones waited for the culprit to leave because he didn't want harm to fall upon him or Hoopa, so he just ran back to his room, not thinking of the culprit. The culprit needed a few things. 1, rope, in order to hang the victim. Secondly, a speaker, to put on top of a fridge, which I probably assume they got up onto the fridge by jumping up. However, they had another problem. Although they already knew how they were going to knock out the victim, which is a napkin filled with chloroform, in which they got the chloroform from the laundry room because apparently there were drugs in there, the culprit needed a way to get the rope onto the ceiling fan. So that's when they came up with a clever idea. They decided to make a cup tower. However, it wasn't tall enough, so they used the next best thing. They used 2 cotton candy containers to stack up onto the cup tower carefully. The culprit then tied the rope around the fan. After the culprit got the rope around the fan, they probably threw it over to the countertop, ready in place. They had to get down, but sadly, they collapsed the cup tower. And the culprit just left the cup tower there, not thinking anything of it. But the 2 cotton candy things they left on the floor for some reason. After that, the culprit took their chloroform rag and went to Pink Yoshi. However, they had to wait for Pink Yoshi to get up at 5 a.m., so it's likely they stayed on the couch all night, waiting. Then, it was time. Pink Yoshi came out of her room, going to wake everyone up. But that's when the culprit struck. They chloroformed Pink Yoshi, knocking her out, and took her to the kitchen. They needed to think quickly, they just threw the chloroform rag on the floor, stepped onto the counter with Pink Yoshi, and started to tie the rope around her. Before they did anything else, they put tape around Pink Yoshi's mouth, so that way when she woke up, she wouldn't scream. The culprit tied the rope around Pink Yoshi's neck a few times, so that way, when she woke up, she wouldn't be able to struggle. And then, they just decided to throw Pink Yoshi's body onto the fridge. And after it got onto the fridge, right next to the speaker, Pink Yoshi's body contracted a lot of dust. However, the culprit realized it was basically 5 a.m., so basically everyone would start waking up soon. When the time came for everyone to wake up, the culprit waited for a certain someone to come out of the room to make an alibi. That person being Luigi.
The culprit waited for Luigi specifically because who better to give them an alibi than their own brother? The morning announcement came, and it blared in Pink Yoshi's ear out of the speaker. And then she hung, creating a little crashing sound. She just hung there. And with a few seconds, she was dead. And when the culprit heard the sound and the announcement, they knew that their job was done. The only person that could have done this was the culprit behind this case, and the one who made us feel so much despair and trying to save both me and Luigi by killing an innocent person was you! You, Antonio, the ultimate plumber. You killed Pink Yoshi! And that is the truth of this case, Antonio. You murdered Pink Yoshi, so just admit it. No, I didn't. Please, don't do it!
I think that's all we need. Monokuma, cast the votes.
Finally, I'm starting to get a little tired. Anyway, everyone, cast your votes. Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? Boo hoo 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 hoo. Wowzy zowie! Your choice was correct! The blacking behind the murder of Pink Yoshi, the ultimate weather forecaster, was the ultimate plumber, Elmbonio!
No! Why did you do this? Why didn't Mario do this? He tried to save us! Why? Why did you kill Big Yoshi?
Well, despite everyone, the majority vote went to Antonio, actually 2 people voted for someone else. While Antonio voted for Mario, Luigi voted for Froakie.
What?
I just couldn't believe it. I just couldn't.
Mario, why? If you just ignored it, these strangers would be dead and else they would escape. Except, Antonio, these people aren't strangers. They're our friends. And you tried to murder them. I had to. I'm sorry. I can't just risk my own life just to save my own. So, you're gonna kill me instead? What kind of brother are you? You betrayed me and your brother.
No, I won't allow this.
Luigi, hold back.
No, please. I can't let him die. No. Well, I think it's time for the oh-so-awaited punishment time.
No, please, I'm begging you, don't!
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time. Ooh, that was so much fun. I mean, wouldn't you all agree? What the heck was that? The execution, silly. I I mean, what'd you expect? Just a knife to the chest or something? No! I love making these executions. You sick animal!
Luigi!
Let him be, Mario. I think he just needs some time. As I looked around the room, I was happy that we passed this trial, but it's definitely without loss. And we all walked out, all I felt in me was despair.